All right. It's been a little bit since I was on. Lesson 7 is our next lesson. This one is going to be another one on plotting units. So we're going to start with this is lesson 7. Complete the chart number 1. Complete the chart, then plot the points on the coordinate plane below. Okay. So as you can see in number 1, they want you to complete the chart. So the chart is up here, and they just want you to rewrite the numbers in pairs. So 2 is x, and let me see here. So 2, and gosh, oh, okay. Let me do that. So this is pretty small. So 2 comma 3 in parentheses. So you're going to write it just like that. Then they want you to plot the points. So 0, 1. So 0 is at the bottom. Look at the x. X is at the bottom, remember? And y is on the top. Okay. So we're at 0 and 1. So there's your first point right there. Next one is 2, 3. So go to 2 and go up to 3. Okay. The next one is 4, 5. So 4 over and then 5 up. And then next one is 6, 7. So you go over to 6 on x and then up to 7 on y. So 6 and then 7, and there you go. So you can see, use a straightedge to draw a straight line. So I'm just going to do it freehand, and you're going to just draw a straight line. So there you go. Write a rule showing the relationship between x and y of the points on the line. Name 2 other points on the same line. So I noticed the rule is it's going over 2. It's increasing by 2 on both x and y. So as it moves 2, and this would be actually something we call slope. Slope is how much x increases. So x is going up 2. Okay, I'm just going to write it here. And y is also increasing by 2 every time. So if you wanted to create 2 more points, you just go up from 6 and 7. So add 2 to 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8, right? So 2 plus 6 is 8. And then 7 plus 2 is 9. So 8, 9. And if you increased it again by 2, so 8 plus 2 is 10. And then 9 plus 2 is 11. So that would be two additional points on the line. And if I did that 8 and then go up to 8, 9, yep, and there it is. This is 8, 9 right there. And the next one is 10 and then go up to 11, yep. And that's the last one. The last one I just did right there. So that's 1 point, and those are your 2 extra points you created. Okay. All right, moving along. Number 2, complete the chart, then plot the points. Again, this is the same activity. So I'm not going to rewrite them. So you're going to write x is going to be 1/2. And it's going to be comma 1. And then you're going to put it in parentheses just like that. So 1/2 comma 1. That was terrible. I'm just going to erase it. Okay, let's go ahead and plot them. So as you can see that each of the blocks on this graph is worth 1/2. So 0, this is again x, and this is again y. So first I'm going to find x. So x is 1/2, so I'm going to go over to 1/2 right there. And it wants me to go up to 1. So our first point is right there. Okay. And the next one is 1, 2. So go over to 1 and go up to 2. There you go. Sorry. Gosh, man, this pen. So let's try to get this. And then, okay, there. I got a dot on there. So that's 1, comma 2. Next one is 1.5. And then 3. So we're going to go 1.5 and 3. It's not really getting it on the line. And then the last one is 2 and 4. So 2, 4. Okay. And then it wants us to draw a line through it. So our line is going to go kind of like that, right up there. Now this line is much steeper. And if you're looking at slope is how steep a line is. If you notice it's going up faster, y is increasing more than x. So x is only going up 1/2, and y is increasing by 1. So the rule is so we could write when x, when x goes up by, that looks like yo, it's supposed to be up by 1/2, y increases by 1, right? By 1. Okay, that's the rule. So when x goes up by 1/2, y increases by 1. Name two other points. So let's go ahead and add, we have to use this rule. Increase x by 1/2. So we have 2. So let's go by 1/2. That's 2 and 1/2. Sorry, 1/2. And the other number, so y will go by 1. So that becomes a 5. Okay. And that's 1 point. And the next point, you want to increase it by 1/2 again. So x is now going to be 3. And y would be 6. 3 and 6. And if you look over on your line, 2.5, see 2.5 and 5. Yep, there it is, 2.5 and 5. It's right there. And that's where it would be right there. And then 3 and 6, so 3 over and 6 up. There it is. It's right there. So we got our next 2 points that we chose. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and erase all this. Control Z. And we'll move it up a little bit. Let's see what the next page has for us. All right, and this page, so this page is going to be tricky because I think it has a lot of questions. Let me see. Okay, that's the homework page. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to open let me pause this. I'm going to try to open 2 screens and see if I can go from one screen to the other, because that one day when I did lesson 3, it was kind of tricky. Okay, we're back. So I have 2 tabs. So let's see if this works. If I go, yep. See, so that's the next page. So I'm going to stay on this tab for a minute. And we are on number 3. So we're going to see that. I just have it scrolled down a little bit. So first it says, give the coordinates for 3 points that are on line A. So let's identify line A, and here we go. Here's line A. Okay, you can see line A. So we're going to just pick 2 points. And I like to make this as easy as possible. So let's pick some points that are with whole numbers. I like whole numbers. So there is 10. You see 10 at the bottom. That's the x. And there is 10 over here on y. So that's 10, comma 10. So that's 1 point. Okay. There we go. Another point. Let's pick another point on that line, and we'll make it easy. So each of these each of these blocks is worth 2. So I've counted them, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. There you go. So let's go ahead and go up to another crossroads. So I'm going to pick right here 4 and 4. So this would be 4, and this would be 4. So let's do 4, 4. This one's an easy one to do. So this is easy. So 4 and 4 would be another point, 4x and 4y. And then we'll pick one that's not as easy. Let's do this 12. Right here, we're going to pick 12. And that looks like 12. So it's 12 and 12. I see a pattern here that each number is the same. So those are your 3 points. 10, 10, 4, 4, and 12, 12. You can pick whatever you want. Write a rule that describes relationships. So x and y are equal. They have a 1-to-1 ratio on the line. So every point on the line is the x. So x is always equal to y in this. That's a rule. X is always equal to y here. If you follow the line, letter A, all the way up, every spot, whatever. So here you go. Here's a good example. It's 20x and 20y right there too. Okay, so that's true. All right, I'm going to erase this. Okay, so All right, next, let's see what the next page is. The next page says, what do you notice about the y coordinates of every point on B? So let's look at letter B, the line B, and see what we notice about the y coordinates. Okay. So let's see. B is here. So, oh, look at B is a flat line going straight across. What do you guys notice about the y? The y there. So looks like it's in between two numbers. So remember, each of the blocks is worth 2. So that would be 18. Hold on. So the one above it is 18, and the one below would be 16. So that line looks like it's 17. So I'm every single y coordinate or y would be 17. So you could write whatever was x, like 10, 17. It would be 20, 17. 15, 17. It's always going to be 17. 17 always equals y on that flat line. So I'm going to go over here and say, let's see, 17. What do you notice about the y? It's y always equals 17. Okay, that's it. Fill in the missing coordinates for points on line D. Okay, so let's go back to D. Okay, I'm going to erase this here. D. So D is right here. Okay, so it wants us to find out what those values are. Okay, so the first one is 12, 6. Okay, 12 and 6. Okay, so 12 and 6. So 12 is right here. And 6, this would be 8. 6 would be right here. So 6, so this. So it wants us to find out what the y would be. So, well, looks like y for this one, for 6, is 0. So 6, that y looks like it's going to be 0. It's at the very bottom. For y, yep. And then this one is going to be right here. Let's see what it is. Let's go over to there. And it's 2, 4, 6. So it's 6 for that one. 12 and 6. Okay, so we got 2 of them. So 12, 6, 6, 0. And let's look for 24. We have to figure out. So y is 24. Let's go back. So y is 24. So let's see where it's at 24. So this is 22. So this is y. Y is over here. Remember, 22. And then this is 24. So it goes up by 2s. So let's follow the line all the way across until we get to D. Now, notice D doesn't reach that line, but if you could pull it all the way up, it would go there. So, and if we have to follow it all the way down to the Y, or to the X, sorry. It's going to be, there's your answer, 30. So the next one is 30, okay? So there you go, 30. All right, next one is 28 and something. So 28 is the X. So that's 30. We just saw 30. And the next one before it is going to be 28. So 28 is here. We're going to do this one. And we'll follow it all the way up. And we get here. And then we follow it all the way over here to see what the Y. And if you see that, the number before is 20 and it goes up by 2. So that's going to be 22. Okay. 22. So 28, 22. Okay. And last one, we have a number X and a 28. So let's see what we got. 28. Oh, hold on a second. Let me go back here. 20 is the Y. Okay, so 20. So we have a 30. We got to find, so 28 is the Y. So we have a 30 up here. We're going to look at the 28. And we're going to do this. We come across till we get there. And if you notice, man, it has to go off the screen because look, their letter D does not reach that far. It's going totally off the screen. So we kind of have to figure out, and our highest point was 24 and 30. So 24 and 30. Okay, so how much does it go up each time? And this line looks like it's going up 1 for 1. So that means every time that increases by 1, the other number increases by 1. So we're going to do 24 and 30. So here we go, 24. Let's start with 24 and 30. That's the last point on the graph, okay? And I'm going to erase this so you guys can see it. 24 and 30, okay? And that's my last point in the graph. That would be this point right here, okay? And if we increase it by 1, and we're going to go all the way to 28 in the y, or sorry, that's not 24, 30. That is, sorry, let's switch it around. It is 30, 24, okay? Sorry, the x is 30 and the y is 24. The x is here, 30, y is 24, okay? All right, so we're going to increase by 1. We want to get y to 28 because that was what it asked me. 28 was what the question is asking me to do, right? So we want to get to 28. So we're looking for this point that's way out here, and this goes up here. We're looking for where that x is, right there. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So let's go up by 1s until we get to y equals 28. So x goes up to 31. We added 1, and we add 1 to, we're adding 2 at a time. I'm sorry. We're going to add 2 at a time. So what x goes up to 32, y goes up to 26. X goes up to 34. We're adding 2, and y is 28. And this is our number, 34, 28. 34, 28. You just need to know how much each one is going up by on a line. So you kind of figure out how far up does it go each time and how far over does it go each time. For any point on line C, the x-coordinate is blank. So let's look at letter C. Okay. So letter C is right here, and you'll notice it has the same x-coordinate right there. And let's look at what it is. And since each one is 2, that's 2, 4. And it's right in the middle of 4 and 6, so that's going to be 5. So x is always going to be 5. So x is always going to be 5. Oh, wait, okay. Letter F, it says for each of the points lie on at least one of the lines shown in the plane on the previous page. Identify the line that contains each of the following points. So we're going to just basically figure out which line that point is on. So you can see letter I is A, letter II is, and I'm going to go ahead and erase this to clean it up. So the next one is, 14, 8. So let's go 14. Here's 10. So we need to get to 14. So that's 12 and 14. And it says 8. So let's go on up. And here we go. This is going to be 14, 8. And that's letter D. Okay. That's letter D for this one. Okay. Next one we have III, letter 3 I's. That's 5 and 10. So 5 and 10. And 5 is right here. We did this earlier because that's 4 and 6. So 5 and 10, if we follow it up, we have 2 lines it can be on. Okay, so this is a trick one. So 5 and 10, we can have either letter E or we have letter C. We can have either one, E and C. So E or C. We can have both lines. We have 0, 17 for number 4 or I4. So 0, 17. So 0. And let's go up to 17. And this is the one right here on this line. And if that line extended, that would be letter B. Letter B. Okay. Letter V, our number 5, is 15.3 and 9.3. So let's see, 15.3. So this is 14, 15 would be somewhere around here, and 9.3. So let's go on up and see if there's 9.3. And I think that it's a tricky one. 9.3 would be somewhere right here, and that's going to be letter D. It's tricky. Number 6 is 20, 40. So let's see, 20, 40. So we have 20 over and 40 up. Let's go. And we get to 30. So let's see something here. Is there a line? It's possible that we could intercept line E. If line E, you can see here, it keeps going up because we're going off the screen right now. This 20 is going to go up, and then that line right here, they may intercept. So I'm going to say letter E for this, letter E. Okay. All right. Okay, there's your answers. And then for number 3, this one right here, you can write either E or C. I'm fine with either one. Okay. And that's it for, I believe, this page. Just double check. Yeah, that's it. So that was lesson 7. That's questions 1 through 3. And that's it. All right. I'll see everybody later.